we're gonna open your hips some more. We're on day 3 of a hip opening series. You'll get to open your hips. Yesterday we did some hip flexors, that's the front of your hips. Today we're doing the back of the hips. The muscle is called the gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and gluteus minimus. These are the largest muscles of this is the largest muscle of your body, the gluteus maximus is, and it's responsible for like pushing your hips up in a back bend. And they're actually often super weak. And so there's pains there more because of a weakness, a lack of engagement, a lack of awareness than overly worked, overly tight. The tightness might just be a result of poor alignment. So, no judgment. I gotta be careful. I'm like, let me tell you, blah, blah, blah. So we're gonna do like a patient, grounded way to access your tight glutes, a way to sort of explore, feel, melt into. I was thinking about the Grand Canyon and how it's this big, vast, impressive thing, and yet it started with just a small stream. This patient, steady trickle of a stream turned into this vast canyon. And that's exciting to inspire slow, persistent effort, that every little bit counts. And you can take little bits of this or all of this and put it into practice in your own life and see how it helps you. You're welcome to skip this part and jump into the practice. Otherwise, we'll center together here. Keeping your eyes open or closed, pause and feel your hips touching the ground or a pillow or a blanket. As you feel your hips supported, let your thighs settle more fully into that support. Please join your palms in front of your chest. Lift the brightness of your heart up into your hands. To begin, we'll sing one Om. Please release your exhale. Inhale. Om. Welcome yourself to your practice today. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Lift your chin. Open your eyes. Begin laying face down. We call it prone in anatomical terms. Laying on your belly. Please bend your right leg. I'm kind of hurrying you up, so take a moment to pause. Get settled where you lay. Again, feel the support of the floor meeting the weight of your legs. Now bend your right knee. I'm thinking of all the things that I gotta do, which I should be teaching you not to do, but I'm doing it, so here we are. Bend your right leg, or your right knee, and then your right foot, so it flexes. I have my daughter home from school today, so it adds a whole another level of fun. So it's about meeting yourself where you're at. Now switch legs. Bend your left leg, flex your left foot. Breathe into whatever it is you're experiencing. You might feel tightness somewhere, you might feel nothing. Sometimes feeling nothing is really nice. Lower your left leg. Again, bend your right leg, flex your right foot, and now act as if you're gonna lift your right knee off the floor, but instead push it down. So you push your right thigh down to make your right buttock muscle turn on. We call it your glute muscle. And lower, bend your left leg, flex your left foot. Try to get your left butt muscle to turn on a little bit by pushing your left thigh down and then acting like you're gonna lift your left thigh. like just enough. You might want to play with it a little bit. Push or flex your foot, push your thigh down, and act like you're trying to use your glute, your butt muscle, to lift your leg up, and see if you can turn that muscle group on. Lower and switch. Bending your left leg, flex your foot, push your left thigh down, use your left butt muscle to lift your left leg. It's like a teeny tiny lift. The lift is just to get your muscle to engage. And lower. Bend your right leg, last one like this. Pushing your thigh down, use your butt muscle to lift just even a millimeter off the floor. You just want the muscle to turn on. So the action cue is to engage it. In order to engage it, lower your leg. Second side, bend your leg, flex your foot, pushing your thigh down, use your butt muscle to lift your left knee up just a touch. It's subtle. Those of us who are sensation chasers might be a little bored. And lower. We're just turning things on a little. Resting on your forearms. If your back is bothered at all, you can lower to your chest more. I don't want your back to hurt here. Bending both legs. Push your knees down so that your hips lift up a little bit. With your knees pressing down and your hips lifting up a little bit, let your knees fall, your shins fall to the left. And then slowly bring them back to center and do the same thing to the other side. You can have your forehead resting down if you're all the way down on the ground. My aim here is like the windshield wipers we do when we're face up. Bring your legs back to center. Push knees down so that you get this little lift in your hips. You're trying to get your femurs to be back in the sockets a little better. And then slowly keep the little curve in your back. Tuck your tailbone just enough as you take heels to the left. Move back to center and off to the right. Pushing knees down, move the tops of your thigh bones back. So there's a little curve in your low back. Pull your tailbone down just a little bit. Lengthen through the top of your head. Bring your legs back to center. Walk your thighs back a little bit here. Lower tops of feet down. Place your forearms on the floor, Sphinx pose, with elbows under shoulders, grip with strong hands. Press toenails down so kneecaps lift up. Press your tailbone down towards your heels. Pull your low back, low belly towards the front of your mat. Keep this. Lift your chin, pull your throat back, take your head back, look up. Pretty subtle little baby back bend. Look forward, lower down. Please roll over, lay down on your back. I think it's pretty funny. I've already messed up my sequence quite a bit, but you guys don't know my sequence, so it's okay. Rock side to side with knees bent and wide. So everybody's got a different range of what's happening in our hips, right? So what's easy for one is not easy for the other. So I'm aiming to make it accessible. So we'll have some variations. Please lay on your back, bend your knees, soles of feet flat on the floor. Cross right ankle over left thigh. That alone might be an issue, so start with your bottom leg straight and cross ankle over knee. If it does bother you, pause here. Soften your groin to the floor. We did this in another class. So that there's a subtle lifting in your low back. That can be so nice to just pause, feel, let your thigh bones sit in the socket, let your other thigh bones sit in the socket. Practice receiving the weight of your own thigh bones. To move deeper, you're welcome to take right arm between the gap of your legs, interlace hands behind left thigh. Pull legs into chest. That's the basic gist of it. There's plenty of refinements. Spread your right toes and sort of flex your right foot so there's activation through your foot. The muscles of your right leg turn on more and are more accessible when you do so. If something's good enough, then just breathe and stretch and you can tune out all the other details. But anyone who's more detail thirsty can maybe receive a few more blessings. As you pull your legs in, pull your hip creases away from your shoulders, like you're pressing the back of your hips down into the floor. Everybody's different, but a lot of people turn this foot in so that it's sort of sickled. It's not a problem to do that, but if you do get pain, it can be helpful to flex your foot and press your pinky toe away from your face and extend actively through the big toe mound of your right foot. So it's like, you don't have to do that, but if you get pain, you'll be grateful you do know how to do that. These postures are meant to be helpful and healing for you. So if one becomes problematic to hold any longer, let it go. Go ahead and lower your left foot. Stretch both legs out. You can shake them out. Cross left ankle and right thigh. Let's just start from there. Build. Let your thigh bone get heavy in the socket. Advance by bending bottom leg, sole of foot on the floor. Envision the tops of your thigh bones sinking into the sockets. I've been told that that alone is calming for your nervous system. I don't have scientific references, but that's what I've been told. That can be good enough. Or interlace behind your right thigh. Left hand be through the gap of your legs. The gross, crude instructions is just pull your legs to your chest, and you're gonna get a real blessing from that. And you can always refine more, but tune into what's helpful for you, and it might just be pull your legs in and tune me out for a couple minutes. That's great. Or spread your left toes a little bit. Press pinky toe away from your face and big toe mound to the wall at your right. Doing this helps strengthen and stabilize the muscles on your outer ankle, outer left shin. So in theory, it gives you a little bit more stability so that you can broaden your left inner thigh more to the left. I forgot to mention that on the other side. As you pull your legs in, push your hip creases away from your shoulders. It's an aim. It doesn't have to really do that as much as you think it should, but that aim can create length in your sides. Imagine you're trying to press the back of your bottom down into the floor. Again, it's an aim. Thanks so much for joining me. Lower your legs. Stretch them out. Can be nice to shake them out. roll to one side. So there's levels of tightness. If you're open, it's like, okay, cool, no big deal. Take your feet wide, bow forward, ta-da, you're done. But a lot of us doing home yoga sessions on YouTube are not that open. So it can be really helpful to take your feet wide with knees bent. Fingertips on the floor behind you. You'll notice, please notice, that my low back is lifting here so that my fingertips are supporting and I lean back enough to get a lift in my low back. And that can be helpful. Knees bend, low back lifts, drag heels isometrically. It's not very restful, but gradually, eventually, your feet can slide out more as you bend forward, and they might not. So there's lots of other ways to work. You can hold your feet as well, you can walk your hands in front, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and if it's not helpful, I'm not doing what I'm here to do. So I'm hoping to be helpful. So option one is you just grab a wall, because everybody has a wall, I'm imagining, either at your house. So grab a wall, and we call it wall dog. So the lighting is not the best over here, but call it wall dog, and take your hands to the wall, shoulder distance, just like you're doing down dog. With your hand shoulder distance like you're doing down dog, step feet away from the wall, and if you're tighter, take your feet wide. That's a wall dog. So the wall wide-legged forward fold would be the same thing with feet extra wide, hands on the wall. With feet extra wide, pull your leg muscles up as you push the bones of your legs down. Squeeze your feet towards each other as you push your feet apart. So we're trying to get all the muscles to turn on all around your legs. And your hands can be higher up, is greater ease, more parallel arms to the floor. And then you can walk your hands further down. Aim to get thighs away from hands, push hands away from thighs. This is very helpful to open up the groin, the low back, hands higher up. And if you're quite tight even there, you can bend your knees and just work on getting the low back to lift, so that we're getting you to open where you can and have the postures meet you from where you are. Eventually the legs straighten. So there's games to play. So you can work on getting legs straight and then working down that way, holding and breathing. Eventually hands come between the legs. And then eventually you sit down on the ground and do this on the ground. Or you can also work similar situation with the knees bent. You can bring the torso down and push the legs straighter and straighter when you're already folded forward. So it's kind of about angles and accessibility, neither's right or wrong, but really it's about doing what you can do. So pretty much everybody can come to the wall and push hands away from thighs, push your thighs away from your hands. And you'll get a lot of opening in the hips, in the back. I like this one because you can really do it anywhere. I mean, if you don't mind people looking at you funny. Yeah, maybe not anywhere, but breathe. So if you're at the wall, please look at the wall, bend your knees, walk your feet in towards each other, walk your feet towards the wall to stand back up. So whether you did that at the wall or the wide-legged forward fold on the floor, please come back to the floor. Oh, next one is a similar situation, and it's kind of like in those yoga classes where you go to and they're like, please come to Agni Stambhasana. or whatever accent they have, if they have an accent. And you know, everybody gets into their perfect pose and bows forward, and you're like, cool, great, like what, you know. So if you're tighter and that's like not so accessible for you, then you can do this whole situation up on a chair, whichever chair. You can do it even on the couch if you have a couch. After my morning workout, if I work out, then I have a stair step in the garage or a chair, but super fantastic when you're tight. So flex your foot just like we learned in Pigeon. Pinky toe down, push the big toe mound. Push your foot into your hand and hand into your foot. Those cues help turn the supportive muscles on. Breathe here. Notice my hand is on my knee. I'm not forcing my knee down, I'm just holding it there, maybe even pushing this way so that the foot pushes into the hand, not down to the floor. What I can do with this left hand is take my hand to my upper inner thigh and push down and towards the wall at the right. So I'm gonna push my hand down and to the right, that might be your left. And the effort here is to do an inward rotation of the inner thigh and to push it out and back. In, back, and apart is the cue. Strangely, that grants amazing access into the hips in a position where you would think you would just have to externally rotate. It's this internal rotation first that grants a lot more ease into the hip. This pose is hugely beneficial to open up these deep hip rotators. You also hear the big power word thrown around a lot, the Piriformis, that one's in there too, that's a hip rotator. Please feel free to take longer or come on up. So you can fold as much or as little as you want. Cross left ankle over. If you're seated and doing Agni Stambhasana, fire log pose, please switch your legs. Right leg on bottom, left leg on top. You can turn your inner thigh down on the bottom leg first and do that on the top leg. So inner thigh down, outer hip up. Forgot to cue that on the first side, my bad. Breathe here. Even this is nice. Just sit with your leg crossed, flex your foot, pinky toe down, push through the big toe mound. Push foot into hand, hand into foot. Pause and feel. Advance by placing your hand into your left inner thigh, push down towards the floor and to the wall at your left. As I push down to the floor and to my left, it's also tempering that urge you might have to push your knee down. So instead of forcing the knee down, please work on inner thigh down and wide to the left. We can think of like a seesaw, and if you push the knee down, which is the bottom of your thigh bone, it'll force the top of your thigh bone up. This is how I've learned it. So instead of lifting the top of the thigh bone, we want to ground it down or anchor it back into the socket to calm the nervous system and to bring it back to its home, bring it back to where it's happy, bring it back to where it's most functional, into the hip socket, and then it can have greater mobility, the back calms down, everything around it calms down because it's in the right spot, it's got the right alignment. There's the key word. So bending forward may or may not have happened. Press pinky toe down, push foot and hand into each other. Take longer if you'd like. Or come on up. Lower your left foot Stretch your legs out if you're on the ground. Everyone meet on the ground. Lay on your back. It's always up to you how far to take each practice. So you can be done and just stretch your legs out and call it good. You can also take feet wide, knees together as a little neutralizing spine position. Or we'll do a little twist here. If twisting's okay for your spine, straighten your left leg, bend right knee to chest. Holding your leg in your left hand, open right arm to the right. Pull leg to the left, twist belly to the right. Rather than mashing it all the way down to the floor, please push your thigh up into the resistance of your hand. That opposing action can really help in your low back. Turn belly to the right, chest to the right. Extend your bottom leg long, spine long. Remind yourself to breathe with awareness. And come on up. Take longer if you'd like. Straighten your right leg. You can feel the difference side to side. Pull left knee to chest. Every body is different, unique and special because of how it's born, how it's been used, how it's been injured, whatever. So you might need to wiggle and shift and move and make it fit you, make the pose work for you. It's not going to look exact the way a picture would always. Pull your leg across your body. Holding your leg in your right hand, push hand into leg, leg into hand. Open left arm to the left. Pause and feel. Rather than allowing your leg to mash all the way into the floor, push leg up into your hand. Turn belly more to the left. Turn your chest more to the left. Get heavy in your left shoulder. Push out through your bottom leg. Reach long through the top of your head. Take longer if it feels helpful. When you twist, lower your foot, stretch your legs out. If you'd like to do like a supine child's pose, knees to chest, backs and hips down, big toes together, that can be calming and neutralizing. Or feet wide, knees together. You're welcome to have palms open to the ceiling, or one hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. With eyes open or closed, invite yourself to just be here with your breath. Feel your breath. Any sensations in your body, good or bad, no judgment, just feel. practice holding space for yourself. Allow yourself to receive whatever blessings came from your practice. Offer yourself gratitude for showing up and doing what you can. Feel free to stay in this simple position or stretch legs long. Turn your palms open. Final pose. We'll rest here for a few minutes together. And I always recommend pausing the video to rest for several more minutes. Aim for at least 6 minutes to calm your nervous system. But if you don't have 6 minutes, give yourself these couple of minutes with intention. So you purposefully feel your thighs grow heavy. Consciously choose to slow your breath. Decide to receive all the benefits of 8 hours of sleep into a few precious moments. If you have time to rest for another couple of minutes, please do so. Otherwise, stretch arms and legs, bend the knee, roll to one side. Use your arms, press yourself to seated. And sit up on a blanket for just a moment. Again, thank yourself for coming to practice. I thank you for coming to practice. May we bring the freedom, the ease, the patient persistence that we applied in opening up the backs of our hips into the rest of our day, so that creating this time for ourselves becomes a blessing for everyone else in our life, so that as we open and benefit, everyone else in our life does as well. Please come back. Next session, day 4, we're going to do sides of the hips. So we'll get some freedom by creating some stability. Come check that out so we get a full, well-rounded stretch of your hips. Thanks again for coming. Let me know if you have questions, requests, constructive criticism, be kind, in the comments below. Leave me a like, share it with a tight hip friend. Thanks for being here. Bye.